Hello, good evening, everyone. We're back. I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Oh, I'm hearing myself. This is not a good thing.
I hope everybody.
We are having a quiz night tonight instead of a meetup. Next week, we're going to be back with our weekly meetups again. We will have a React special next week, and the week after that, we will have an Angular special. So please stay tuned about it. The speakers are already released via Meetup and via youtube.com/Frontend Love. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our quizmaster, Harijs. Harijs does these. Hey, Harijs.
Hey
Harijs
guys.
does these
Yeah.
front-end quizzes every week on Wednesday. Usually we do them remote and give people a chance to fill them out via form, so they have a little bit of a longer time period to fill them out. But for this week, we thought it would be nice to. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Marco, I think your sound is off. Okay, perfect. Well, that's good to hear. Well, usually Harijs is doing these quizzes on Wednesday, and today we thought it would be fun to do them on a Thursday for once, live from Amsterdam. Not from Amsterdam for Harijs. Harijs, where are you situated?
Representing Den Haag.
The Hague?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where the rest of the viewers are situated, but I won't keep you any longer. So keep in mind, next week, React special, the week after that, an Angular special, and please enjoy the quiz with Harijs.
All right, guys. Yeah, welcome to the quiz. If you hear some background noise, that's my daughter banging against the door. So these are tough times. We're all broadcasting from home. Yeah, that's her. We're publishing these quizzes every Wednesday, so we're doing it as a challenge where people have a couple of hours to fill in. So let's try it out this time to do it live. I know it can be tricky because there's a bit of delay. I have set every question to 30 seconds, and I checked when you start talking that delay was roughly 10 seconds, maybe a bit less. So I think we'll have at least 20 seconds for each question for you to answer. You will see your answer options on your mobile device probably faster, and then you'll hear me read them out and then see them on your screen. So without further ado, let's start. I have 20 questions, which are actually assembled from a couple of our past quizzes. So if you have been doing our quizzes lately, then you're on good footing and you might do really good. So let's switch to Kahoot and let's just start it. We have 12 players, fair amount. So here we go. There's a timer, 3, 2, 1, and number question. It's JavaScript. So what does this expression evaluate to? One of my favorite ones. So I'm hearing the sound. So when you do type of 7, it's a tricky one. What do you get as an output? We got 3, 2, 1 more second. I hope people were able to answer. We got 9 answers, and yeah, the correct answer is the most popular one, so it means people are able to have a time and think about it. That's correct. So when you do type of string, you get a 7, because type of 7 says it's a number, but it says in a string. So type of that is a string. All right, next question. Jonas, getting to the leaderboard, right up to the top. Very good. Question number 2. What data type does query selector all return? When you call this in your DOM, what data type do you get back? So 10 more questions. Oh, and people answered. Very nice. Node list. That's the correct answer. So we have a very, very skillful audience tonight. So what's an idempotent function? What is that? So it's a function that produces no side effects. It's a function that can be called only once. It's a function that doesn't change the outcome no matter how many times it's applied, or it accepts other functions as parameters and returns a new function. So we get already 8 answers, 9, and we got 5 more seconds to go. Let's check. All right. Very good, audience. Doing really well. Have you guys been practicing our past quizzes, or you are really at the top of your game? All right. Which technology is most suited for real-time communication, for example, with a server, in a case when you're doing a browser-based multiplayer game? Is it WebSockets? Is it REST protocol? Is it GraphQL? Or is it maybe observables? Very good. 11 correct answers. Yeah, it's the WebSockets. Yeah, if you want real-time communication, you want connections to keep open and communicate with WebSockets. So Jonas staying in the lead, and Dimitri L and MFF are in the top 3. Very good. So of these 4, which is not a CSS size unit? Is it VW? Is it FT? Is it PC? Or is it Q? I repeat again, which is not a CSS size unit? Tricked you. Yeah, Q actually is a size unit. If you try in your browser, you might be surprised, just like PC and VB. FT, stands for feet, and it's actually not size unit. There, you don't measure CSS size with feet. So Q is an actual size unit. Surprising, huh? Okay, next question. What is the meaning of acronym CORS? We have seen all of it, right? Is it cached optimal request share, cross-origin resource sharing, can't obviously reach server, or is it cross-origin request stop? My favorite one is, I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, my favorite is one can't obviously reach server. It makes so much sense. All right, we get 11 correct answers. Very nice. Let's continue with that. Jonas still in the lead. Dimitri and MFF. So top 3 stays unchanged, and Broccoli makes it to the top 5. Okay. Which Node.js module would you use if you would like to get a list of all the files in a directory? Would you use path? Would you use OS? Would you use util? Or would you use FS? Which of the Node modules is best for getting a list of files in your file system, in your directory? 11 answers and 1 more. FS, very good. Yeah, FS stands for file system, of course, and it's the one which allows you to do system calls and access files in directory. Okay, Broccoli is on fire. 5 correct answers in a row. Pretty good, pretty good. And making it right to the top 3. Awesome. 8th question. So which primitive data type in JavaScript was introduced only with ES6? Primitive data type, only in ES6. So we get 10 answers. 2 more people to answer. Are they Googling? No, 1 more to answer. Yeah, this is a bit of a trick question because all of these data types were introduced in ES6. However, only symbol is primitive. The rest 3 are actually not primitive data types. All right, next question. Jonas on fire. So, which is how do you call the JavaScript mechanism when a variable and function declarations are moved to the top of the scope? Is it closure? Is it caching? Is it hoisting? Or is it hosting? think most people will get this right. I think it's a pretty known term. All right, yeah, it's hosting. It's hosting. Yeah, confused some with hosting, which is not the same. Okay, next question. We're at number 10. So which programming paradigm avoids changing state and performing side effects? Is it functional, object-oriented, reactive, or imperative? So which of these four avoid changing global state and performing side effects? Oh, so we have a tie between functional and reactive. Yeah, I guess maybe I was not. Maybe yeah, there was sort of confusion for that, but typically it's the functional which avoids changing state and performing side effects. Because with reactive, you could argue that it's mainly about side effects because you're reacting something on the side. But yeah. All right, Jonas still number 1. Answer streak of 5. So which HTTP method is typically used to add a new entity? So whenever you're adding something and making a request to your server, so which HTTP method is typically used or correct to use by REST guidelines? It's patch, get, post, or put. Yeah, perfect. It's the post. Okay, people are very knowledgeable today, so that's awesome. I think it makes also the race pretty tight. So Jonas, Dimitri, Sikorax, check it, MFF in top 5. I see the top 5 changing a lot actually, so there is some excitement. Although Jonas is really on fire. So which is the most popular web UI component library as of 2020? I think this should be easy, right? As a Bootstrap, Material Components, Semantic UI, or UI Kit. I expect everybody to get it right. I hope. Oh no, Material. I guess yeah, a lot of use of Material these days, but yeah, Bootstrap is by far the most popular. If you look at GitHub stars, yeah, it's still very, very popular and widely used. Right. Next question. A function which doesn't perform side effects and which return value is determined only by its inputs is called or considered monadic, unary, pure, or idempotent. Oh, very good. Yeah, it is pure. So, going to get to the next question. I see Sigma making a comment that those are noob questions. Well, maybe those are noob questions. That's why we're doing so well today. So which mechanism in React is most appropriate to perform side effects, side cores, which are not part of the main logic? Composition API, callbacks, effect hooks, state hooks. So how many React developers we have here today? I think yeah, so yeah, very good. 7 got it right, and it's the effect hook. Question number 15. Which is a correct type for an array of numbers in TypeScript? So actually, answers 3 and 4 are both correct. So if you answered either of those, you get a correct answer. And denote arrays of numbers in 2 different ways. So Jonas still in the lead. And going further. So which concept in JavaScript refers to an inner function having access to an outer function scope? Is it the callback, hoisting, hosting, or closure? And it's the closure. Very good. So going forward, number 17. What library does Angular use to manage asynchronicity? Is it ng promises? Is it ngxs, rxjs, or ngrx? A lot of x's there, r's. Which library Angular uses to manage asynchronicity? The ngrx is used to manage state, so not asynchronicity per se. However, rxjs is the library which deals with observables and helps you manage asynchronicity and streams of various data. Alrighty, almost there. Question number 18. So what does this expression evaluate to? The number minimum value less than 0. Is it false, undefined, syntax error, or true? All right. Yeah, it's actually false because minimum value is still positive. It's just very, very small. I think it's 0 point something with, I think, around 300 decimal points. So it's a very small number. Okay, we are basically there. Question number 19. Now, another good JavaScript question. What does this expression evaluate to? A new set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And what's the length of it? So, yeah, it's a trick question because, as many saw, yeah, there were 2 unique values. So and sets only accept unique values, so it would have actually 4 values inside of it. However, you don't access sets number of values using length property. You access it using .size property. So it was a trick question. So the actual answer is undefined. So to yeah, here it was said length. It should be with a set size. That will give you the amount of items in a set. So one trick question was there. All right. What is the primary purpose and use case with a symbol data type? Is it accenting console log statements? Is it a symbolic link? Is it an identifier for object properties? Or is it a reference pointer for objects? So last question, almost there. And what do we have? 3 answers, correct? Yeah, symbol mainly should be used for identifying object properties. So it's a unique identifier that is not going to clash with other property names. For example, when you expose something in a global scope. All right, let's see our winners. So the podium, what do we have here? Place number 3. MFF, one interesting name. Twerk, number 2, well done. And is Jonas number 1? Yeah, very good. No surprises there. So very, very well done. I hope you liked it. So congratulations to Dimitriel and whoever the 5th was. It disappeared from my screen. I'll see it later. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As Jos wrote in the chat, so the prize for the winner is the Front Master's license. I'm sure he will get in contact with you if you left the email when you joined the quiz. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe. And let's do JavaScript. Good night.